So I have a lot of headsets, headphones over here, and today I want to explain how to fix and repair headsets and headphones. So basically what you need is to first identify the problem. Every headphone consists of these things: connectors, microphones, and the speakers, and the wires. The wires goes from here to here and from here to here. And I can tell you 99.8% of the problems is in the wires. And well, okay, roughly 60% is in the wires and 40% problems is here in the speaker parts. So first of all, also there are two types of headsets. One is meant for your smartphone, another is meant for computer. For example, in a computer you have two separate plugs. One is for the speakers, another is for the microphone. In a smartphone you have 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. As you can see here, it has 4 terminals, then three terminals in casual case. This is for computer, this is for smartphones. And this extra one, this or this, I guess is this, is for the microphone. As you can see, here is just 3 terminals and it's for speakers only or for microphone only. In case of Bluetooth, they both work for computer and for smartphone as well, if they have like a Bluetooth connection, the computer and smartphone. Something like these. You can connect it both to the computer and smartphone as well. There's no problems. This is totally different story. For these, there are different kind of problems, usually related with the battery, but not with the wires or connections or so on. In case of the 3.5 millimeter jacks, there are several types of these, but there are many more. So these are called T, tips, ring, sleeve. So this would be TRS, and this would be TRS. But there are also types like this, which will be only TS. TS. No ring here, just the sleeve and the tip. And also there would be 5 terminal connector like that. Better be slave, ring, 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 and tip. So it will be T, R, 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 S with the 5 connectors. These are rare cases. Most commonly you will see whether these ones or these ones are available in the market. Talking about this TRRS connector, currently as it appears there are 3 standards. OMTP is the first one. The second is STEI. The same only for Apple. So how does these 3 differ from each other? Let's discuss that. So we can adapt to just 2 standards because these 2 are identical except for the Apple, but pinouts are the same. So basically the main idea is that here OMTP has left and right speaker and the ground, and this little one is for the microphone. And for this CTEA is a bit different. There is so far is the similar left and right speaker, and then it comes ground and microphone is switched over like in different places. So this is the microphone plus and this is the minus. So this is how they differ, right? This is a quite older standard and used in like Nokia, Sony, Ericsson, Motorola and so on, and currently used in China. And this is a newer standard used in newer smartphones. Sometimes your earplugs or headsets doesn't work only because of this problem. or they work kind of sketchy because the ground is not where it should be. In some smart ways they can connect ground together, but then the microphone isn't working. So basically this could be also one issue. You have to understand which type of headset this is which you are using and which type of connector you are using currently. So this is the issue number one. For generic sound connector like this 3.5 millimeter, this is quite simple. There is only left, right, and ground. That's it. In a microphone um, plug, usually it's like that. This is the microphone and ground. Usually it's like that. In case of simple 3.5 millimeter jack, the connection goes like that. This will be the speaker, the other speaker, and it's connected like that. So L, right, and that's it. Here you have a ground, here you have right and left, plus of course. Minus is connected here. And this is for the TRS 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So in case for this TRS CTEA connector, the circuit will be as follows. Ground is over here, so it will be connected like that. Left and right speakers are connected as follows, and the microphone is connected. This is the microphone. This means connection between these wires. And okay, and there are two more things. There are buttons involved. So one button will be just short between the microphone terminals, like that, and it means play or pause. Another two buttons would be connected in series with two resistors. This will be 220 ohms and this will be 600 ohms. 600 ohms, and this would be switch to songs, next song and the previous song. So this is for that. Alright. One thing worth mentioning is that you can buy cables from AliExpress, Amazon and other shops, only the cables. And as you can see, the cables does not set the type of this connection because the wires are open. You can connect it afterwards to your device as you please or as you want, right? So I ordered few cables, and I also have a few old headsets over here. So, and what I did, I was just separating those who at least work in some sense and those who doesn't work at all. And here is those who doesn't work at all. I separated even further. Here are the parts from the headsets which doesn't work. I can guarantee that these the speakers itself works perfectly. The problem mostly stays in the wires. So and here I have the wires from these headsets. As you can see, these are the ones which is to blame for the speakers, for the headsets that doesn't work. For these small ones, most problematic part is over here, because you are plugging in and out into your phone and out from your phone all the time, and sometimes you pull it out not here where it's meant to be, but sometimes you pull it out from here, and when you do that you a little bit stretch the wire, but the metallic parts cannot stretch so much. So in each time you are pulling out the headset from using wire, you stretch this cover, and the metallic parts itself, it starts to lose connection. And even also from the bending, metal parts will break inside, well, the wires break inside this connector. So, and we can open this and see how does it look from the inside. I use this sharp blade to remove this cover, this plastic cover. Yeah, it's not so easy and fast. Okay, I will skip in the part where I will open this one. Here you can see that the wires are coming out over here, and this all is inside the plastic, and here the wires are exposed, as you can see. And another problem is that sometimes the wires just lose the isolation and just comes together, and now you can see what happens when you pull the wire out and in all the time. The wires are loosed over here. If you are lucky. Okay, and this is the worst case because the ground wire, so this is the ground, and these two are, or three, yeah, there are three wires, and these are for the headsets and the microphone, the speakers and the microphone, and seems like the ground wire is coming apart. So no good luck for these headsets. This is the most common issue in these kind of headsets. Luckily, you can order from various sources connectors like these. This is this TRS and TRS, double R, yeah. See, and basically, let's taking this for example. Well, you can very carefully solder the wire in here, then close this little notch over here, of course before you mount this on the wire, and then you close it, use some hot glue or something like that, and voila, your headset is fixed like that. You're replacing this old one with a new one, right? So that's easy part. The hard part is figuring out which wire goes where. But you can use simple method to do so. If you have this case like I have here, just bad connector, you can easily do it as I show you. You cut the wires somewhere here. Your wire comes a little bit shorter, but that's okay. But you leave these wires here. Why? Because you can measure which wire goes where. And accordingly, you can do that the same for this one. Basically, you measure here which wire goes where, and then you can solder back here the wires in the same order as you measured here. Let's do that. Sometimes use lighters or something to burn out the isolation. Get connection with wires, because otherwise they are protected with some kind of nasty resin or something to prevent these wires coming together. So that's why I use something like that. Alright, it's clean now, as you can see. And let's use a multimeter, and where it shows this little beeper, or like here it shows some kind of icon where it should beep. You put it here, select, you see it here. Alright, try it. It beeps. Yeah, it does beep. So let's test it. First, the tip is green. The ring, first ring is red. And this is the black wire. Okay, I will write it down. So over here you can see this is green, right? Red is the tip is the green. First ring red, second ring is this non-color wire or the mesh shield wire, whatever you can call it. It's over here, and the black is over here. And as we know from the previous, I told you this is left plus, right plus, microphone plus, and the ground, G and D. And this totally agrees with the coloring because the ground usually is this meshed shield barrier, whatever you can call it, wire. Ground is usually like that, and it's around the other wires to protect from other interferences which are coming from outside world. So another thing you should do is use your multimeter and just make sure you know which connector goes where over here. So obviously this big one goes here. As you can see, it beeps. So the tip goes here. Yes. The next tip goes, the next ring goes here. And this is the ground tip over here. So then I use this alligator clip holder to hold in place the wires like that, and hold in place this new tip over here. Remember to mount this, how it's called, the cap before you solder the wires. This is very, very important to remember before you do that. What I like to do is to first apply a little bit solder on these connectors to make sure they are ready for soldering, right? So I use this flux. So use a 0.05 millimeter soldering tin to apply. So as I told you before, this repels the flux, so and also the tin. So that's why I need to remove this isolation barrier, and I do that with the lighters. It's not the greatest way, but it works very well. And then I use my sharpener or the knife to a little bit scratch off the surface for better connectivity. Now it should be ready. I don't know, can you see it, but it seems like it's soldered properly. Yeah, over here, right? It's soldered properly. Next, the green should be the shortest because it goes on a tip over here. See? Green. And green is here, goes here, right? So I will cut it over here. Peel off the isolation. Use my lighter again. And we'll try to solder it. And it's done. The green wires goes here. Next one is red wire, and it goes over there, so it should be longer. Finally goes the black wire, which is the right here. Right. So we will do it all the things for the black wire as well. Wasn't easy, but the all wires is uh, soldered. Let's test it. So I connected to the phone and both are working. Right. I hope you heard that. And that. Yeah. Success. And before that, these headsets has only one output working. I don't remember which one, but it was like this. So now I fixed it, and it took me something about 10 minutes to just write down the labels, install new connector, and solder it. Soldering part isn't so easy. Also another tip, maybe before you solder it, maybe try to cover these wires with a tin also as well, not only the connector, and then somehow secure the wires. Yeah, I will leave you there. If you have some comments, please ask me. Otherwise, see you next time. Happy New Year and all the best for you. Goodbye.